it's me I'm watching, but I'm not doing it right now, so it's weird watching me. Like it's like if I did a movie and they were like, yeah, we're doing a premiere of the movie, I'd just be sitting there the whole time like, that's fucking me acting in the movie. Like, so that's me looking at myself like, oh my god, that's Rocky Maverick rapping. Like, what the fuck, you know what I'm saying? So it's weird to watch myself in third person, but I'm getting used to it.
I mean, like I said, the performance that you did was definitely great. Everyone played their part. Everyone, they had a good time. We had some good drinks, and especially for you, also happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
The biggest birthday bash you had, man. That was good.
It was crazy. Like I think we did 247 people came, so that's a lot of people. It's I think it's one under the record that PGR and them had did like 250 there before. Okay. So yeah, I'm just so happy that people. I tell people, man, artists. I get like sometimes you get frustrated with what you want to call like lack of support or stuff like that. And to be honest, man, it's hard to get people to care. It's not easy. So then when you see people say stuff like, "Oh, this CD only fucks with people that's popular. Oh, that y'all only fuck with people that's popping, that's popular." So like they were like, do you know how hard it was to get people to actually fucking care about my music? Like literally. Like I've been on the scene longer than what people would think. I just came out and had my coming out party 3 years ago. Right. I was going to shows watching the Bodines, the T-Dub-O's, the Accurates, the Tef Poles, Tank Machines, all them back when I was a little nigga and couldn't jump off the porch because they was cold.
I think times changed ever for music industries. You got your there you go. Right? But I think like in the music industry, in the kind of, I'm not a musician, so I really don't know everything about it for real. But like, you got people in categories. You definitely have, your right support system and everything else in between. So the cool thing is you're still relevant to the music. But the discovery now it can get a little bit hard. Back in the day it was even harder. Yeah. So as long as you get your shit out there, someone will be like, "Hey, you're Rocky Maverick. I like your shit, man." Yeah. That's how life works.
Yeah, I think it's even more about support. People like artists. Some artists, like I'll give a good example. You might not see an artist at this person event, that person event, you know what I'm saying? But then when they have an event, they expect
you to be there.
For me to be there, your auntie, your cousin, like that. And then the first thing you think of, like, well, where the hell was this person when I had my show and like that? It's a couple artist shows. I pulled up, paid at the door, $20 to get in a piece. Me and my wife come. We watch the show, you know what I'm saying? We come, have a good time, and then when your stuff come up, and then, mind you, nobody has to ask me to come. If it's a dope event, then that's another thing. You ain't got to tag me and 99 other motherfuckers in your shit. If you get your shit out there,
I'ma see it.
And I'm interested in it, I'm going to come. Even if I have to tag me,
I'ma see
I tell people, as soon as you do that, I become disinterested. I don't give a damn how good it looked and how fun I thought it was. As soon as you tag me in 99, so you can just tag me by myself, I would have felt special.
I want you personally.
Yeah. But when you do that, it's like, okay, bro, like you really don't know, man. Yeah, like you just want to throw this shit on my. So the first thing I do, I untag myself immediately.
That's a word for y'all. Immediately.
You know what I'm saying? You spamming people like the way. So yeah, like it's just the way you go about things. You know what I'm saying? And I learned. It took me a while because I was doing it. I go to an event. This is a real story. Chris Grimes. Y'all know who Chris Grimes is?
All right,
Chris Grimes. Big on the scene as far as like he raps, but he also is in his skateboarding bag. You know what I'm saying? Big connects and a lot of love over there at Skate Laborious. You been over to Skate Laborious?
Oh no, not yet.
Yeah, so they turned the church into like a skateboard thing, whatever like that. So back when I wasn't shit, I was just coming to the cyphers and new niggas was killing stuff, and I was just like the little nigga, like, damn, I wish wish I could be like these guys.
Thinking in progress.
Yeah, so I'm just sitting there watching them, and then one day I went off the stoop and I started freestyling and stuff. I did a good job. I had a good time. I met Finster, Rob Boo, all of them. So then I'm finna go home, and I'm seeing Chris. I'm like, man, I'm going Chris Grimes inbox. I'm like, hey man, we should do some work together. That shit never said a word. And at first I was salty. I'm like, man, damn, he just like. And then when I got to a level where I was relevant, and then I started getting these random inboxes from people, that's when I understood. I'm like, well, who is you? Who is this guy? Why is he inboxing
fans,
me?
strangers,
you know?
people.
And so it's like, okay, why does he feel like he's in, like, I should do this or like that? You know, so then I started thinking about, like, damn, I was coming to people like this myself. They probably was like, man, who the hell is this Rocky Maverick dude? Who why do you think I should work with him? He ain't done nothing. I don't know him. And then, you know, in a way you can be butthurt, but then you got to just take your feelings out of it.
I mean, we all done that before. I mean, if I could say, hey, I'm having a party, I could just, you know, post it on Instagram, post on Facebook, and then call it a day. Do I do a lot of tagging? No. Now, I will do, me and Arjun, we did a Moan Fest, and I sent the flyer. I messaged people.
That's different. That's when you message somebody in that inbox, that's a personal.
Like a lot of people, though.
You feel? I mean, no, it's cool. I mean, even if it's the same message.
Yeah.
I make it look general. Even if so I might type out a sentence and say, "Hey, bro, I'm having my birthday party this weekend. You coming?" So then I'll tag all niggas that's my bros, but then when I make the next one, I'm like, hey sis, I'm gonna send it out to the girl, cause then it feels like I didn't put down, so we're having our 5th annual Rocky Maverick, and I got this whole long monologue, and then I send it to you, you know, be like, that nigga sent that motherfucker out mass text, nigga, everybody got that same text. You can tell they got a whole paragraph on there, you be like, nah, this one personal at all. This one, it's a 30 motherfucker.
See, that's like when you were a kid, and I remember during the 2nd grade, my birthday, me and my class went to Chuck E. Cheese, and I invited one of my other friends from my other class. That's like saying, okay, don't invite the whole school to Chuck E. Cheese. That'd be cool. Expensive as fuck, but it ain't gonna happen. So I was inviting my class. Mm-hmm. You know, we go from that, like inviting like certain people in the group, to now, hey, we're on Facebook, so I'm gonna send it out to everybody or tag everybody. Yeah. That's like the whole thing of getting relevant and getting kind of coming to your show.
Yeah,
exactly.
I
think for me, if I was an artist, I would want my core people there. Yeah. I think for me, I would want my core. If I know you like my music, you messing with me, even if I mess up on stage, you finna pick me up and we finna both get back on the stage. I would want my core people with me first. You feel me? That's how I would look at it.
Yeah. What happens is, like, your core, it grows from just networking and being out. So that's my thing. Like, that's why I said, like, all of these guys can rap. If they doing it, most of these people are good at it. I don't. You know, me, I'm a stickler. I ain't gonna lie. I'm tough on niggas. But for the most part, when these guys are out here spending their money to rap, buy videos, or all of that, these people are good at it. But you have to find another way to separate yourself and make people want to be engaged in what you have going on. So that's when you have to go out, buy people drinks. You have to go out, meet people that you may not like altogether, and you have to find something within them that you do like. Trust me, it's a lot of people that I work with that 90% of them I don't like, but I find the 10% in them that I do to get the job done for what we need.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't like me, boy.
So it's like you really have to separate business and personal. Sometimes you hear things people say about you. Sometimes you have to just leave it alone and act like it didn't happen to get shit done. You know, it could be a weird thing, you know what I mean? And you don't know it until you get into it, because me personally, I've tried to work with everybody, and now I don't want to work with anybody, because everybody I've tried to work with, they don't work like.
You gotta be comfortable with them.
Yes, they
one accord.
You know, professionalism is a big thing. You know what I'm saying? Saying the wrong things to an artist can be a bad thing, because you know how sensitive artists can be about their shit. So it's like it's just that. So like with TT, you know, she called me. I mean, I think you text me. He was like, I want to come to the show. I want a ticket.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? So like, I do my Uber Eats, DoorDash thing. So I always know where to find TT. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, cool. I'm like, all right, I'll come to your gig and I'll drop it off or like that. It's a wonderful feeling to have a person hit you up like, yo, I need a ticket, nigga.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I can get one personally from the
She could have not, you know, she could have went through a plethora of people that she know, you know what I'm saying, like that. Probably got one for the free ski, anything, you know what I'm saying. But she said, no, I want to give you this $10 and come out and support me. So then that's why today when I had this interview and I'm like, damn, it look like I ain't gonna be on. It's like, I don't want to let you down. You didn't let me down.
Right.
You feel me? So that means a lot. People remember that shit when it's time for you to, when they hit you up like, oh man, I want you to come to my shit. I'm like, that nigga ain't come to my shit, nigga. Why would I come to your shit? You know what I'm saying? Like, right. You know, so you just gotta be willing to get out here and support people, man. I'm telling you, like I tell people, don't cry about support if you ain't giving no support. Yeah. Give some support and then see what happens. It'll come back tenfold.
You know, I do get invites to a lot of other people, you know, whether, you know, it be you, it could be someone else, or whatever the case is. And, you know, I don't mind going out. I really don't. Now, the only thing would be, I know I can't be everywhere. But I'll still support you. Yeah. I'll still support you regardless. Yes. Because I have people on my show. I support them what they do. I mean, I've seen them before. I've seen them maybe twice or three times. But even if I don't see you a lot, I still know what you do, and I can be like, "Hey, man, hope you have a good show." And you know,
sharing.
Sharing. Yeah. Shoot, I even like if I can't make a show, I'll buy the ticket. And I'll be like, yo, I can't make it out, man. Here go $10, man. Give it to somebody. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like that. It's always ways. But then my things, too, I'll tell people that I can make your show or I can make your event if you tell me in a timely manner. You know, some people don't market and promo very well. And then last minute you'll get it to, oh, bro, I'm having a party tonight and such and such.
I'm already
When I work 15-hour day. When I get up at 4:30 in the morning, bro, and I don't get back home till about 10 p.m.
You said 4:30 a.m.?
Yes. I work 3 a.m. Yeah. Like, so my life is like, if you don't get at me a couple weeks in advance or tell me about it, it's like,
last minute ain't gonna work.
I mean, because I'm gonna work. I'm gonna make me some. I need money.
If you had to do something like this, like it was like a last minute, like after I get off of work, okay, then I'll do what I can to make it out. But I mean, if I know I really can't, then like I'm sorry.
Yeah. I mean, me personally, I never have to be anywhere. I do have one regular job, but that's like, I work that shit at 5:30 in the morning, and I'm out that bitch by 10 or 11. It's just a part-time job. Yeah. So it's not like, but at the end of the day, like, Uber Eats and DoorDash, that's where my bread, that's where I make my money at. So, of course, I don't have to be
in this interview, please. I can't wait to get back to work. No.
You know, that's where my bread and butter is. You know what I'm saying? Right. So it's like, I get off work, I'm going to bust $200-300 on Uber just working. Right. So then it's like, but somebody be like, oh, bro, but you was off. You could have took off. Yeah, I could have, but I worked for myself, and I made my day at work.
And then it's like,
today on DoorDash is $15.
Yeah, it's popping.
Yeah,
and tomorrow it's gonna be crazy because it's Father's Day.
With tips, though? With tips?
Yes.
All right.
And it's gonna be raining all tomorrow on Father's Day. It's gonna be ching.
Fuck that.
Right.
Right now.
I'm telling you, boy.
And then I'm sorry. Yeah. Right. And then it's like when they get mad at you for not coming. Oh, you ain't coming. It's like you're mad at my one absence to the other people that didn't come to support you. You mad at my one absence. You feel me? Yeah. So it's like
in a way
you can't bounce that way.
Yeah.
Because artists can deter real fans away from them sometimes by being like that. Had an instance where my wife was a big fan of an artist, and then, you know, the artist put up, you know, like a little stat and was like, you know, tell me something about myself. You did something. It was something like that, and then I get, or it was like leave something, and then I'll tell you something I feel about you, or something like that. So she did, and then the artist said something like, yeah, I thought you really support me, or something like that. I see something. I'm just going verbatim, but it was like basically downing the support that she does give him. And she was like, she was like, I feel some type of way about this. She like, I always support him. Every time I see him, I'm loving his stats. I'm coming up and speaking to him personally, but then he get on the internet and tell me that I'm not a real supporter of his. So then from that moment, guess what she started doing? She stopped supporting that nigga.
Welcome to ego. It gets that with everybody, you know. Hey, he's going here, but back there,
You want motherfucker to not kiss your ass. You want motherfucker to lick your ass.
People
you want motherfucker to. What I gotta do to show you I support you? I gotta give you some pussy.
Right.
Start the bid at $20.
Say free entry as well. On all that.
See, that's why you rarely or you probably never seen me go online. I have never, ever bitched about support, lack thereof, or getting it. I've never said that, yeah, nigga, I get it out the mud. Everybody fuck with me. I ain't never went online and said that, then I ain't never went online and say, damn, man, y'all be acting like y'all don't fuck with me, man. Y'all ain't even come out to my little shit, man.
I love my people too much.
What
That's a lot of crime. That's a lot of crime, man.
Yeah.
That's a lot of crime. Nobody wants you to see that shit.
And don't nobody want to support your crying ass when you do it.
When you beg like that, it's no point. You know, just
niggas want to see you level up.
I'll be humble. Okay, let's go out the blue here. You're right. I'm gonna be a musician. I'm gonna be opening up for Nelly. Okay. Opening up. I'm not gonna be after Nelly. I'm gonna be opening up. I'm the first act for Nelly. Yeah. I'll be humble to be on stage.
Yeah.
That's enough.
Motherfucker be tripping because man, I went on stage. Wasn't nobody even out there for real. Niggas just open up for Nelly. Shut your crying ass up.
You gotta work your ass out there. You gotta work. You gotta work no matter what you do. And I'm a YouTuber for crying out loud. I've been doing it for 8 years, but I know I like to do it for the fun. But if people, when you want to get somewhere, work. Just work your way to the top. That's why it's gonna take a while. American Now.
Did you hear that?
It's gonna take a while.
It's nothing happens overnight. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's always like I that's why I explain it like my shit started off like a small little snowball. But it just so happened to be at the top of a very big ledge. So when it went down, it just turned into an avalanche. You know what I'm saying? But what happens when you're going downhill is you never stop. So it means that I can't stop working. I have to keep going to keep building the avalanche, to keep making it big.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, you know, I brought out a couple albums before I brought out the one song that really stuck. And people was like, oh, you know, I actually credit COVID for like helping me with my shit, because I feel like at that time when COVID hit, everybody was just kind of forced to be at home. Like everybody was kind of at home, and what was you doing on your phone? Exactly. You was on Facebook. You can't do nothing like that. So what did I do? I started taking all that COVID-19 money, all of that, because I had a small business. So yes, I was a nigga that got the PPP loan. Okay, but my shit was legit. I ain't getting locked up. So I took advantage of all of that money, and I was bringing out a video if I wasn't bringing out a video every month, I was dropping a new song, and it just got to the point where everybody was like, okay, what the fuck? Like, this dude is just dropping shit back to back to back to back. Now, you know, it's like my people be like, I can't go 6 months. I'm like, bruh, where the new music at? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, so it's like
right here.
Yeah, so like,
it's coming.
So the disadvantage of COVID became my advantage. I was like, man, I'm just gonna drop so much music, and then people were just paying attention because they had no other choice, and it was quality. They finally got to see, oh, I heard about this dude. Now I know him now. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't deny it.
Yeah. Exactly. I mean, it did hurt like a lot of people. I know certain rock bands I listen to, or whatever. You know, they did their live concerts at a garage or whatever.
Yeah, but because they was losing money. They was losing their concert money.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I mean, what can you do? I mean, I was letting it still work. Yeah. You know, we had to kind of switch things a little bit. But, like, for the artists, musicians, bands, it's going to be hard for them because they can't go on tour.
They can't make money.
They can't, you know, go to the mall and, you know, sing for people like Jackson 5 did back then.
Yeah, you have to come your bucket out and get some gold.
That's my baby. Come on, give me $1. I mean, it was hard. It was a tough, difficult year for all. I mean, I just did YouTube videos. That's all I did. And then I still make traction to a degree, but it's that time where you gotta think, okay, you have a lot more time to focus on you and still make work happen. Now, especially write a song, record it. Write a song, record it. There's your album.
Yeah, a lot of time.
You know, it's crazy too, because around that time, that's when either before or after, but me and EJ Carter had got real cool. I know you know who EJ Carter is and shit. One of the dopest in the city and shit. So, you know, he was working with Flip, and he was out on tour. You know what I'm saying? Doing his thing, making money. And then when COVID-19 hit, that was one of the first things he said. He was like, "Man, this shit fucking up the bag, rock." He was like, you know, and I'm like, damn, because he had just really got that situation going. So imagine that. Yeah. And then Flip saying, "Oh man, look, we got some money to make. Let's go on tour." And then that's COVID hit, and then it's like
nothing.
Shut it down.
Shut down.
Yeah. So it hurt some people, you know.
Yeah.
Now this is gonna be all time. I saw this on TikTok. It was like some, you know, you ever see like those pictures that have like a hidden message in it? You got to really think about it.
Yeah.
So it was one where it was like 2019 or years before. It was a picture. One side was the people polluting the earth, and then 2020 side it was the trees throwing the coronavirus. Like, you know, okay. I'm like, people might hate me for it. But like, I saw the picture. I'm like, ooh.
So basically, said we put so much bad shit into the earth now.
I mean, possibly.
Yeah, I can see that. That's an M. Night Shyamalan shit. Subliminals.
Subliminals. Okay. We gonna move on a little bit because y'all already know we got that Louis Wood or Louis Wooden. So I'm gonna start it off because, you know, Rez usually started off, but I'm gonna start it off, and since I got the guys here, y'all got y'all opinion on it.
Okay.
Boy, we're gonna be
cool.
So, say you and your significant other separated, divorced, or whatever the situation may be.
We fucking done.
Whatever the situation may be.
Jessica, close your ears.
Yeah. So, as you walking out of your hotel room, you're walking into the hotel. And what do we do in this situation?
I'm walking out of mine and someone's walking in the other?
So you going in the hotel
room with your new bae.
But then when you going in, you see your old bae and her new guy
walking out.
So basically y'all crossing paths.
Yeah.
So she just got baked.
Come on.
She just got baked like a pepperoni pizza.
Let me make sure I understand the situation.
Yeah.
I'm in a hotel.
Yeah. You in a hotel with
my new girl. And I'm walking out.
Sneaky link, whatever the situation.
And you leaving out. When you leave out,
my ex-girlfriend that I'm no longer dealing with.
Ex-girlfriend, wife, whatever the situation.
Yeah.
Walking in with her new guy. And we already know what's going to go down in the hotel. We already know.
So let me back the situation up.
I'm like, so
this is my new. So what happens is, wait,
you're done.
So how we know we at the same hotel? How we know?
You saw your ex. You just. That's it. Let's say y'all just broke up 2 weeks ago. You been with the bitch for 5 years.
I saw who?
Oh, okay.
We in Chicago.
I see what he said. He said basically he ain't see nobody.
I saw who?
Okay. Oh, you saw him?
Okay.
So you gonna keep going. So you gonna keep moving.
He got amnesia at this point.
You got to. What do you do?
I'm cordial as fuck.
What's up, bro? Like your shoes.
I'm petty. And then it's like,
That's some shit I do.
that's what I said. I'm petty. I'm gonna be petty with the situation. I'm like, oh, that's you? Damn, that's me.
Now, would it count? Hold on. Would it count? If your significant, you see your significant other, your ex, you see them with one of your friends, would you do anything there too, or no?
That's different.
That makes it worse.
Your bro, your sis, whatever.
Somebody need to fight.
Yeah, this bitch come walking in the hotel room with Hazy P. Both of y'all dying on site. Damn, who wanna die first?
Right.
Cause nigga, you know what? No, Hazy, you first. Cause you gotta
put it into play. If you see her with somebody you don't know, okay. But you see her with your friend,
or you know that nigga that you was always like,
Ain't nobody.
Man, you know, man, Jessica, man, she's such a beautiful woman. You know, that nigga always give me your bitch compliments. Yeah, man, you're like,
Like her.
and then y'all break up, and that's the nigga that's into a bitch. Like, I knew you liked my bitch. You know, you gonna say, nigga, I told you every time I saw you.
I said she was beautiful, nigga.
What do you think I'm saying, bro?
Warning.
Warning flag, red flag, yellow flag, everything.
Now get the fuck out of my face before I can do what you wasn't doing.
You want to trip me, bro? That's reality.
Motherfuckers always plotting.
So you might just want to keep walking.
I got people, man.
It never happened. Just
Now, if it ain't nobody, if it's somebody that I know, I gotta speak up. But if not, we just gonna give you some of that awkward ass look. Now, what if y'all still fucking though on the low? What if y'all still doing it every now and again? Y'all really gonna just walk past? That motherfucker gonna say a word.
side. We gonna talk about it later, babe. Look, we enjoying ourselves. That's my shit.
It's gonna be him that say, hey, that Rocky, you like?
You know Rocky.
They gonna be like, yeah, they still fuck. Like, let me see your motherfucking message.
It's crazy out here.
Man.
Yeah, so hey, it is what it is. Yeah, you know.
Be careful, people.
Hey, Wes.
Hey, I'm screaming with everybody. I was back here screaming.
This is actually funny. I can't use names, but this happened to some people that I know.
Me too.
That's why I just made the face.
They hooked up, and then after they hooked up, she had a long friend that she liked a lot, but they never did act on it. So then after she finally been she's single now, so that's why she had the new person. So then now she sees them, and now the energy they had all these years came out, so they just immediately went at it, right?
Yeah.
So now she's back out with the guy that she was, that she was fucking with or whatever, and they go to a hotel. It just so happens the guy that she fucked with is like the bellhop or whatever the fuck at the hotel, and she pulling up with a new person, and the new dude knew the guy that and he was like, hey yo, what's up, bro? And she looking like, oh my god.
Okay. You cannot get out of there with mom.
Like, what's up, bro? We like, oh, what's up, I did?
Yeah, these circles, man, they get tighter and tighter.
I swear.
Everybody you like already fucked somebody.
You know. I mean, y'all think this motherfucker LA or something? It's about 100. It's about 200,000 of you motherfuckers, and then you gotta include St. Louis County for it to be that many people. It's a small ass city, bro.
Lion King had circle of life. St. Louis got circle of shits.
That's why I tell motherfucking St. Louis, if you like somebody, take that motherfucker for a spin. You don't know, that might be your car. Nigga, just cause it didn't work out for somebody else, everybody ain't made it. You know what I'm saying?
Like, off the car, everybody done drove.
Nigga, have you ever bought a really nice looking used car?
Yeah.
And I promise you, I will never do that shit again.
I bought used cars. Nigga, I done bought used cars that have run better than a brand new car.
Carburetor.
You know what you call them motherfuckers? Old reliable.
Point A to point B.
That motherfuckers. They gonna start up every time that you where you need to go.
Show me the Carfax. Show me the Carfax.
But you gotta return one.
You buy a new car, nigga. All them new lights start coming on. PSI pressure, oil pressure, nigga. You got lights coming on that motherfucker. Ain't no, nigga. You might not want that. You take the money.
It's back to the dealership.
And please understand, anything you get gonna have miles on it if we go in there.
You take your money to customize your car.
Whether they lying or not.
You customize.
Just look at the coochie, and if it look good enough, it's okay.
Goddamn.
Nah, I mean, hey, bro, you gonna
look at
what
they do with makeup.
You gonna be single for a long time, though.
Vajations, they be getting vajations and getting all tightened up and all right.
Girl, just get done with a bucket of paint.
And then,
Because the pussy pretty, it ain't got the dye slow in it.
I mean, it's called snapback, my brother.
Taking care of your
And you know, ain't no wrong with some snapback. You want that snapback, especially after that baby. You want that motherfucker to snap right on back. What I would say is this: I've been married for 11 years to my wife. My wife isn't the same person. Well, my bad. All the years we've been together, now I'm making it 11. Shit, round the numbers. Round it out. We was together. We was together for 5 years, and we've been married for 6. So all I say is that I met my wife at a fucking club. Out of everywhere, I didn't go to this club thinking, oh, I'm going to meet somebody that I'm going to potentially spend the rest of my life with. So then, like, meeting her, of course, we both wasn't like we was perfect, you know what I'm saying, like that. You know, she was, me personally, I was in the point where I was finna be homeless. Like, I was living in my car, she was in a bad situation, you know. And then when you get with somebody, like, if you don't try, or like, if the first thing that fuck y'all up, then y'all fucked up. Like, because we had shit go. In the 6 months we was together, then soon we finna move in, boom, had a little situation. But then I had to be real and was like, nigga, you was kind of moving fast. You was liking her way too quickly than you was supposed to. And nigga, she didn't really owe you nothing, nigga. Now that she exclusive to you and then she done told you the truth, it's like, now you tripping. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that mentality is for everybody.
Yeah, so then now a nigga can take that and then be like, I ain't fucking with this bitch no more. And then now you just missed out on a whole lifetime of a relationship experience, because Jessica's definitely for me, but for her.
But you know what I mean? Really think that like the first go around, or would you think, okay, let's see how she is, then there it is. Like, hey, this is cool. I like what we got here. Like,
yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, adversity is going to happen. Something bad. Or if you're with somebody for a fucking 1 year, some bad shit gonna happen. I ain't trying to say no fuck shit, but it can. Everybody ain't perfect. It could be a death in the family, and then a motherfucker feel like you ain't supporting them as much as you supposed to.
Right.
And everybody always take stuff when I say, oh man, you know, marriage can be hard, but you know, they always take that shit as a nigga fucking. No, nigga. Some days I just get up and we just saw each other. We've been around each other for 2 days straight, and now it's like, I need a little space. Yeah, we might get the tripping off stuff that we didn't trip off of. I'm very much like that. Like, I'm big on words, and she is too. So then it'd be like, oh, you tripping off that? Like, well, you said this. You know what I'm saying? Well, nigga, I meant this. You're like, you know what? Yeah, we need to chill out for a little minute. I'm finna go do some work and come back home.
See, I will definitely. Yeah. I know that experience. I'm not gonna say anything either, but like, I went too fast with mine. It was like, what, 2021. This is like right when it came in. And, you know, was she really that fine? Not really, but no. Listen, I took a chance on it. So, the mistake here is, yeah, I thought about it too quick. And, you know, it's like, okay. People. I only had one relationship throughout my life. I kid you not. I kid you not. The confidence was never there back in the day, but at the same time, I kind of grew out of it. But for the story, I moved too quick. I really thought, okay, maybe this could be something, because yeah, she called every day, we text every day, come over every weekend. I get tired of shit, but like, it's whatever. Yeah. The thing is, and even to someone that has a kid, now, I'll be respectful about this, to any baby mother, baby daddy, whoever the fuck you is, I think the kid should be more focused than your partner. Why? Because the kid is there because you made it happen. Now, what I think differently, like when I step up as being a dad to a child, and my time is right. I'm still kind of young, so it definitely does take a sacrifice. So I thought to myself, okay, you know, why not help you? Get your job, let you move in, we'll take care of your daughter, find daycare and all that. So with all that implied, I did do what I thought, okay, what a good boyfriend would do, help the girl out. So at the same time, I feel like that was still a mistake. And it to anybody out there too. Oh, really? I feel like it's a mistake because, not saying that you moved in quick, not saying that you had all the heart, but like, where was you at? Like, mentally, where were where was you putting you at? Because you focus on her, and then everything that you're kind of doing is gonna fall a little bit back.
Oh yeah.
You gotta find a balance.
You see, my thing is, that's why I'm gonna make this quick. When I was single, if you had a baby, if a girl had a baby, we can fuck. But I can't be with you. I can't.
Yeah.
I don't have a child.
Yeah.
When I met Jessica and she didn't, we was in our mid-20s. I'm like, shit. That was it for me because it was hard finding a girl that didn't have kids. Cause you know by the time you mid-20s, motherfuckers that had kids and shit like that. So it's like I would get into these relationships. The father wasn't there, and I'm an alpha male, so I'm going to, hey, look, hey, don't do that, do like that. You know what I'm saying? Oh, do like that. And then the mama, you ain't his daddy, don't do that. Oh, okay.
But I mean, it feels different though. It does feel different, especially I respect all their mom. I respect them. I respect all their mom. I'll give you credit. Like you mean mom, you mean dad. Any parent out there, I respect them. But like, does that really mean you guys step up to be the parent, like for real, or step parent for real? Honestly, no. You can do what you can to interact with a child, but you don't have to be like, oh, that's my daughter, that's my son. Like, you have to do that right away.
No.
I mean, you're learning that.
Yeah. No, that takes. I ain't calling no kid my son or daughter till if he start calling me daddy, then that's different. I mean, you done done relationship. Obviously, you done done a lot of shit that this kid, like, hey, you know what? Yeah. Nigga, I got a daddy, but that nigga ain't real, so you do daddy things, nigga. You my daddy. You know what I'm saying?
And then it's like I see the way you treat my mama.
So as far as like a long-term relationship or like a short-term though?
Well, see, you don't know what the relationship is. Like you can be rocking with a chick for 6 months hard, 6 months to a child. If his daddy ain't been there his whole life, 6 months is a lifetime.
That's a long time, yeah.
So that's why I got a cousin, he had his girl, and when they broke up, he said, bro, I know I shouldn't be with this chick. The hardest thing is leaving them kids, bro. He said it. He ain't had kids of his own. She had 2 boys, and they would love them. So his thing was like, man, I know I'm not supposed to be there, but what the fuck gonna happen to them kids, man? I'm raising them kids, and then well enough. Shit, both of their ass on some fuck shit. They still they little kid boys now. Right. No, so
gets that way, man.
Yeah, so since he left, they didn't have that structure. They do like that. Cause even us, like I don't have kids, so I don't be noticing stuff. But then I had to start watching out, cause I'll be around him. Like for instance, like we used to always roll our weed. We was rolling up weed, smoking, whatever. We thinking they playing the game, watching TVs like that. So obviously we've done this enough, or it's been done enough. That one day, I was over his crib and he was rolling up, and I was just kind of looking at TV, chilling, and I started tripping off of them. And they were playing with their stuff. They playing with all their stuff, and they took some. He had like some Cheetos. He had some Cheetos, and he had a notebook. So he takes the notebook, he tears the paper out, tears it in half, flip it over. The nigga take the fucking Cheetos, crumble it up in the motherfucker, pick it up. I say, cuz, look. He's like, what? I say, bro, they rolling up Cheeto blunts, bro. I said, stop! We can't do this in front of him no more. We cannot do.
A lot of the stuff that people do,
they are learning.
Emotions are learned. If you don't got your daddy there to teach you as a man how to react to certain situations, you're not gonna know how to react to that as an adult. You don't know when to cry. You don't know when to not be angry or treat a woman a certain way because your dad wasn't fucking there.
Yeah.
A woman can't raise no nigga.
So was it my mom? No. I don't believe that.
I'm not saying period. You can definitely raise a child, a boy. I'm saying that there are some things that women cannot fulfill in a boy's life,
right?
Especially when it comes to being shit or reacting, on the
woman can't teach a boy how to be a man.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that.
There's certain ways that a man walk in the world.
My grandpa did.
No.
Okay, so when you had your first wet dream.
Wet dreams?
I'm saying, wet dreams.
I didn't ask my mama about that shit.
I'm saying, but if you're curious, if you're happy to see you wake up, you're like, what the fuck just happened? You can't talk to your mama about
Yes, you can. Your mama will tell you you had a wet dream.
Mamas with, some women aren't comfortable.
Hey, let me see
they
that.
don't even like talking.
Like, to be more discreet, though, I mean, like... can I talk to my mom about anything? Sure. Can I talk to my dad that just kind of came through? If I have it, no problem. I think it's more likely... What the... Okay. Damn, they're getting me off guard. I think at a point in time, it's kind of hard to talk about certain things with, either both a parent or a single parent. So you got to really look at it like... What's the reaction going to be like?
Of the opposite sex in that child's life. It don't even have to be their dad, just a male figure or even a female figure, because some men can't raise kids.
Well, look, this is why the reason I feel like a woman can raise a man or a boy into a man is because a lot of oftentimes when I was with my father, and understand my father was in my life my whole life. Like my mom and my dad weren't together, but like I would go over my grandmother's house on the weekends. My father sometimes stayed there, so it was like cool. And then if he wasn't there, then I would go with him to his girlfriend's house or whoever he was married to and stuff like that. But more times often my dad was not the things he taught me and the way it went about it wasn't the way that he probably should. I remember watching the movie What's Love Got to Do with It? Ooh. So we were watching this movie and my girl's with his girlfriend and I was just over for the weekend, so we watching the movie. And so, usually when like a sex part happens, how your mom makes you start watching and shit like that. So this wasn't even a regular sex part. This is the part where Ike rapes her in the recording studio. Yeah. So I'm watching, and I'm like, and I said, Daddy. I was like, Daddy. I'm like, why? I said, why she? I said, what are he doing to her? Why is she crying? I said, usually when this happens, it's like pleasure or something. I kind of know. This motherfucker says, he laying the pipe, son.
Hell, it's not.
This was not the time,
Right.
for you to tell me. You get what I'm saying, Keenan?
I didn't say all men. I didn't say all men.
Oh, and then he laughed so hard, and the girl slapped him up in his head so hard. I knew something wasn't right.
Exactly.
You see it, but you're not looking at it like everyone else is.
Yeah, it's not comprehending why you just got hit in your shit. Yeah.
So I'm like, imagine me taking that as a kid and applying rape culture to my like oh no, I don't want to do it. No, bitch, my daddy said I'm laying a pipe right now.
You're supposed to cry. Right. You're supposed to cry. I need to see a tear. Like,
see this nigga on Fox 2, the social media, doing time, life, whatever.
You know what? And then also seeing my mom, cause they were separated, and then my mom was in a situation with another dude, and then so, like. Ain't no wrong with whoopings. Your kid do bad shit, whoop their ass, okay? So I don't want y'all to get this from the story, but he wasn't my daddy. So my thing is, now if I really do some fucked up shit, you know what? Your mom say you whoop my, like if I really did something bad, okay man, whoop me. My mama ain't here, whatever like that, like whatever. And to be honest, his whoopings was whacker than my mom. My mama gonna get that ass. My mama she gonna make you take your pants off, your drawers off, get on the stool, bend your ass over, get your ass. So it wasn't that deal, but it was just a deal of like I come from school and I really didn't do nothing. Nigga, my mama don't even know what I did, but you mad at me, you wanna give me a whooping.
Yeah.
So then I go back and tell this, my daddy, my real daddy, that nigga putting his hands on you, he doing that. I'm like, yeah, man. And you thinking like, yeah, we're gonna go power up on me, we're gonna go. That nigga never went up and
reactions, man.
Even after my mom got 2 black eyes, this nigga still never came and did nothing. That's what I'm saying. So the role model of a man, no, every man ain't what you want to like. My father, I'm just being real. I don't want to be shit like my daddy, dog.
Right.
Me and my daddy are estranged to this day because when I became a man, I realized he's not the man that I would ever want to be. And then when you talking to a man and a man don't want to be a man about man shit, you start treating him like a bitch.
There you go.
You No.
And you can't help that it's your father. So it's just every nigga ain't made to raise no kid. I'm glad that I have my mother's morals and my mother's thing, because my father's a fucked up nigga.
Like they can raise you, but you can't be them.
No, yeah. But the thing is, my father never had his father in his life like that.
Exactly.
So it's a trait thing.
So it's a cycle. It's a cycle. There you go.
I love both my parents. I love my dad, my mom, my grandparents, all of them. Like, don't want to be like them for real. No. I respect them for all what they do, even with all the years. But here's the thing: when I grow up, I'm gonna be Keenan. Yeah, that's it. I'm gonna make my mistakes. I'm gonna learn from that, and then even to a point now where we kind of realize, oh, we were young back then. We didn't know what the fuck that was. Yeah. Now, and we realize it. Yeah. So it ain't about laying the fight. It's seeing what is actually going on behind the door.
Yeah. He knew better. His grown ass knew what was up. He shouldn't have said that shit to me.
Yeah.
He's trying to be slick with it. You can't. Oh, he's laying a pipe.
Yeah. Okay.
What the fuck?
Some people ain't.
Don't say nothing goofy, dog. Nigga, I was fucking 9 or 8.
Yep, there you go.
The age where you supposed to be good and
but he ain't. His dad might not have been intelligent enough to explain.
That nigga ain't that. He not stupid. He went to the army and shit. That nigga.
Don't mean you
that nigga graduated high. If you could graduate high school, you got common motherfucking sense, dog. Come on, man.
You know taking the thing.
Tony Snell, former NBA player.
I know what he did.
Diagnosed with autism.
Yikes.
2 days ago.
So what they got to do with the fuck? How he live his life?
Just letting you know, grown motherfuckers be out here retarded.
But guess
I mean,
not getting him checked out.
Obviously, he did good enough in life. That nigga went to the NBA.
He was good at it. He was good at statistics. You know.
He ain't never raped. Did autism make him rape bitches? I bet it did. Shit. Okay, so we've been stuck on that one. Louis wouldn't have for a minute. It went to some other shit. Okay, I'm ready for the next one. Shit.
Okay. Look, we're talking about last night's show. We got last night's show.
Let me get some of these artists together, man. First of all, we had a lot of people telling me to think in my head. I want to first of all, man, thanks to False Money, man.
Yeah.
Billy Ratliff, whatever you know him, man. Yeah, clap your hands for Billy, man. Yes. Dope individual, great promoter, you know what I'm saying? Ever since we met each other, like, just been showing my work, and you know what I'm saying, we just been doing things. So last night, we had we kicked off the show with Rodrigo Taylor, which everybody knows he's a great poet. That's my brother from another mother, you know what I'm saying. Him and my wife, they were close, like they were raised together, you know what I'm saying. So it's like meeting him was like having a brother that, you know what I'm saying, I never had before. So he came through, he blessed us. And then after that we had the Khalees boys. They came in and did their thing. And one of my favorite performances of the night was Xavier Powell, the R&B singer. Yeah. Man, like he can sing, like you know, and his energy is great. Just a nice person overall. And then after we had Xavier on, I'm trying to remember who went after that. I think Thriller Thrill, which is in my group GHE, Glass Half Empty. And I want to take a special time to say to him, it's like, you know, like me and him have been in this group for years, but we revamped the group and we, you know, put some people, you know, shuffle some things around. And so, like, you know, he's really finally like jumping off the porch like hard with the music thing. And you know, man, I was just so impressed last night. If anybody got video of me during his set, you'd be like, who is this guy? Like, I just couldn't believe what I was watching. I am very
the talent
serious.
From last night.
Yes,
like
crazy, crowded, smoky.
I told him, I was like, bro, I didn't expect to see what I saw. You wowed me. Like it was crazy. And then after that, I got even more wild and more impressed and more fucking fanned out when 25 to Life went on stage, and it was he came in with over 30 people.
Man.
He put the cherry on top of the event. He literally put the cherry on top. It was like everything was going well. Then as soon as he came in, it was like the doors were packed. You couldn't barely get in. It was just, it was crazy. the energy, it was just great. And then after that, I came up after that and did my thing. Then after me, of course, couldn't do it without Woski, my birthday twin. That's how we got the show. So our birthday is actually on the same day of each other. People thought we was just kind of throwing like, oh, y'all saying y'all birthday twin? Like, no, nigga, that nigga birthday is the same day. Right. This is not a marketing tactic.
Exactly.
No,
it's our birthday.
Right. So it just made sense, man. Woski is, if not, I mean, he's one of the hottest, if not the hottest artist in the city right now. You know, the dude is very infectious. He has a lot of energy. You can tell he just puts a lot into his work, and if he keeps going the way he's going, he's got a big future ahead of him.
Exactly. I seen a post he made today.
He's going to LA.
Shout out to Woski.
Yeah, and shout out to his management, Terrence. You know, he's the one that threw the SCL Awards a few weeks back. That was a success. So the St. Louis Arts and Entertainment Awards. I'm sorry.
Okay, right.
And now she right, because it's a thing. So, and then after him we had YMNEA. Man, YMN, he was on my first show back in my Halloween show at Pops. So it's always been a mutual respect. He's another young guy up and coming. We had YMN. Who else? I'm trying to think of people without looking at my phone. Akira Rasta, he's actually my cousin. So, you know, man, it was just great to have him on the scene because he brought out some of the family members I hadn't seen in a while, and we all just got to have a real big kumbaya. And it was great to just see him performing in in front of a lot of people before, you know what I'm saying? So like that, like it's just very worth him doing it. I'm just glad we made it happen. KG, longtime friend of mine, high school friend of mine. So we've always been very close. So it was just right putting him on the show. You know what I mean?
Shout out to Jay the Realist on the live. Yes. He said,
Jay the Realist on the I'm going down the line. Yep. So Jay the Realist, man, we talked a bunch of days up into the show, just checking. You know what I'm saying? See how I was feeling. You know, he had a show also with Never Legal Promotions like the week before. It was called Fuck Cancer, and I remember I was kind of like, you know, in this mind like, man, okay, it's a show before mine's next week, and you know, like the artists on there, I was like, man, I wonder if they can do both shows. And then we really got to know each other because he's like, man, my mom had cancer, and you know, man, my people's coming out to see, you know, this song I made for her and stuff like that. It just made me feel like, yeah, you're a real asshole for for bringing this to this guy. You know, he's really got, his mom had cancer and stuff like that. It means something to him to go out. So I'm just glad we had a conversation and we talked, because you learn things about people we're talking to them. Like, I talk to every artist for 15-20 minutes, you know, each week of the show. You know what I'm saying? Just seeing how they were feeling, letting them know I cared about what was going on in their private life outside of that. So it was just like the conversation with him was one of the more intimate ones that I remember. So shout out to Jay, and his set was great. You know what I'm saying? They, Never Legal came out and they really showed out for their peoples. Him, aside Cleopatra, she had like the most diverse set. You know, she did like she was dancing, whining, all of that. You know, she had motherfuckers in a trance up there. You know what I mean? Murder Savage and Trigger Shondo, you know what I'm saying, they bought the ratchet shit, you know what I'm saying, they capped the show off real well. I feel like it's somebody that I'm missing. I feel like it's somebody I'm missing.
The Kelly's Boys.
Oh, well, of course. I mean, Fat Girls Rock. Come on now.
PGR. Shout out to PGR. You already know.
Nah, baby.
You gotta give it a host.
Those are, man. It's something about PGR. I just love them. Like, it was from the moment I met them. It was like they treated me like they just fucking, like I was like a long lost cousin, and they ain't never want me not to be in the family, not no more. So they just they like, baby, like it's like the nigga that got one plate and then they let him skip the line and get another one before everybody else. Like, they really treat me so nice and so well, and they're sweet. Like I told them, they'll forever be my favorites. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it just made sense to put them on as the headliner. Let me go through her. Hold on, because I don't want to miss anybody. So Rodrigo, YMN. Oh, Music on Beats. Yes, Music on Beats, MOB. Shout out to him. He bought Big Rollo out, man. He bought Riley out. That was crazy. When I saw Riley pull up, I'm like, wow, Riley is here. You know what I'm saying? So like, he's a byproduct of them. Shout out to him. He was on the last show, my first Red Room show, the Street Mix encounter, and he did such a great job. Shit, I had to bring him back. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Music on Beats, man. Greatly appreciate it. So yeah, I think. Oh yeah, and last but very much not least, Comp the Great.
Comp the Great.
Yes.
Comp the Great. Yeah, we got to perform a song that we just did together, whatever. And usually I don't like performing with other artists on my headlining shows, but it was my birthday, so I felt like, man, you know what? I think we're gonna do this. We're gonna try to do it. So I had one with 25, with KG, and also with Comp, and I'm glad we did it. I know Comp back from a long time ago. Me and Comp used to record music together back when I had my first apartment. So it's just full circle seeing him out here doing this thing. I'm doing my thing too. So like, with that being said, I named everybody. You know, I hate to do standouts and stuff like that, but it's just only fair. You know what I'm saying? 25 to Life, Thriller Thrill, Xavier Powell. Those guys really impressed me. I was at awe of their performances. And everybody, and you know what I mean, everybody else, everybody did a great job, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just on those in particular, I just really couldn't believe what I was seeing and hearing. And then especially for Thriller Thrill, because we're close, and so like, he been keeping things at the vest that he been doing, so I don't know. Yeah. And it was like seeing new music. It was like I hadn't heard it, and it was like seeing your bro just. It was like, I'm like, what the fuck? And then the dancers was. Man, man, so yeah, man, shout out to everybody. But like those three people, Xavier, Thriller, 25 to Life, man, they really showed people that they're next up.
I think, like, especially with the lineup, you know, any other time or weekend for that matter, you definitely know who you want to see on stage. You know who's gonna bring out the crowd, who's gonna bring out the vibe, and I think you definitely put out just a good, you know, performance vibe for everybody.
Yeah, man, you know.
And what's funny, because I've been to the Eyes 3 times, I've been to the Red Room twice. So, for that time, in a packed crowd, I mean, it is what it was. So you definitely
that's why I stay
put out a good show. And I can say this honestly, since you're right here, you know, knowing for a short time, and I've been with the network for a little bit. What I do like about musicians, whether you rap, rock, DJ, whatever, don't matter which. The thing that I like about this is that I don't care what type of music you do. I care that you're still passionate about your music, period. And you definitely know how to, you know, really amp up the crowd. You know how to perform. You know how to kind of critique yourself when you mess up. You know, you're not going to be the kind of guy that mess up and you're going to walk away like, no, you mess up, you pick yourself up and kind of go somewhere. But for you, you know, I definitely like your style. I like your motive. I definitely like your generic character. You know, you're definitely different from everybody, and everyone has their different motives. Even if you sound same, that's fine. But you definitely have like something that someone else would think, man, I want to see what I need to see more of this nigga.
Exactly.
I need to see how more he is. But
that's what it is.
I'm proud of what you do, so I say keep going with it, man.
Thank you, man.
That's what it is for me. Cause like whenever Rocky or Stefan have a show, I'm buying tickets regardless.
Yeah.
There's my favorite.
Shout out to Stefan, man. Yeah. You know, and we both came up. It's like we both came up and like started getting our like rise on the scene at the same time. We both was on the freshman class together. You know that Rob Boo does, like all the new artists comes up. He was doing it like annually. So I remember meeting him before then at my first show at Pops. He went after me, I believe. And I think I went up and he went right after me. And like, even to this day, like me and him, we killed that show. And then it was like, we really had a real respect for each other after that. So then we just kind of started really getting acclimated with each other.
Yeah, vibing with each other.
Yeah, man. So like, man, like, what I'll say is like, you know, a lot of shows, a lot of events happen at venues. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, you've been in the Red Room a couple times before. You know what I'm
been
saying?
Been there twice, but I've been to the Oz 3 times total.
Exactly, right. So, you know, talking, like, one thing that I remember Billy saying, he's like, one thing you do, you don't ever give the same show that you gave out the previous time. He was like, you always think, oh, okay, like 16 in the Stick is one of my biggest records. I never perform it because I got so many other records.
Yeah.
So then it's like when you come, it's like, oh yeah, we finna see 16 in the Stick like that, and you go there like, oh, this nigga busting out new songs out the rapper. I ain't even know he had that. So it's like, damn. Yeah, come to every show, cause guess what? You're not finna. I'm not finna give you a cookie cutter show that I do for everybody. And yeah, I rehearse and I do that, but it's not like, oh, at this time I do this and this time I do that, cause I just do it so much and I do. Yeah, I mean, like now when you go on tour, of course, you're gonna take the same show on the road. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But you know, I like to just do. I like to do something different, and then when people come out, they be like, oh shit, I didn't expect for him to do this song or do that. You know, even at my last Halloween show, we had the live set, and you know, Stefan had his live set too. Yeah. People thought I was gonna do live music of my actual songs. I did covers.
Yeah.
I did covers. I did Michael Jackson's Dirty Diana, and I put my rap lyrics with it. Yeah. You know, I did songs from, you know, Drew Hill, Lil Wayne, and it was like, whoa, like people was like, dawg, I didn't expect that.
Exactly.
And so it's, you know, so I really just take pride in trying to separate myself and doing something different and realizing that, and I tell people, don't matter what the venue is, if I do it and I put my mind to it, they will come. Yeah. I don't give a fuck where it is. We can do it here. We can do it there. We can do it in the hole in the wall at your mama house.
Okay.
No, for real.
I'm coming.
I'm going to put me on the bill. I'm going to do what it do. Yeah. You feel me? So that's what Frost appreciates, because, you know, a lot of times, like, the Red Room gets this stigma of, oh, man, it's just like, oh, man, you know, like, people feel like they really should get just elevated to performing on the big stage of pops and things like that. Yeah. And so then when you have artists going to the Red Room, some of those shows aren't taken very seriously as they should. So then when he see motherfuckers like me, Steph, PGR packing that motherfucker with over 200 people, it shows you that it can be done. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't ever, like, I'm so glad the Oz didn't fuck with me. I'm glad. I like the fact that I can come in and be like, oh yeah, man, he on the show tonight.
Well, they worship band, man.
Hey,
business is business.
When he ready, do it again. Exactly. After the second Halloween show, when Frost came back and told us the numbers, everything going on, he was like, hey man, we had a great show like that. Pops already said, man, see you next year.
There you go.
There you go.
You know how that feels? Yeah, man. Like, you know, so I'm just fully indebted to all the people, man. You can't do this shit on your own. It takes a lot of work from other people to make you look good. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, so without Frost, without the network that he has, and now that I'm a part of, and it feels more like family. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We do these things and we put them together, and they seamlessly work. You know what I'm saying? Me and Frost get on the phone, hours. We talk for hours. I'm just indebted. Yeah. So I'm indebted to. Thank you, brother. Thank you, sis.
Anytime.
Because I can't be me without y'all, man.
Yeah, I
can't be me without y'all.
Well, yeah, like you said earlier, you know, dedication is always going to be a thing. And for, like I said, for me, you know, I never really care about how many subscribers I had. I never care about my followers, but I care about the people that like my content. I care about the fans that watch. So definitely know where you're coming from. You know, again, music, tours, people. That's how business works, and it grows. Yeah. You expand when you really put it out there. So, and seeing both venues, you know, I don't care where he is. Okay, if I know you're gonna put on a show, I'll do my best to come out. If I can't, I'll still support your work. Right. That's how I go at it.
What I would say too, is, dang, I had it in my head what I was thinking of. I think I just lost it. It's okay. It's all right. It'll come back. But yeah, like with you, like, I mean, like, I give out free tickets and stuff like that. Like, I have, like, that's another thing too. Don't be afraid to give somebody something. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't be afraid to hit somebody up and ask them, hey man, come out. You know, like, sometimes our pride and our ego can be like, man, I don't want to ask them, and then they be like, they don't say nothing like that. Man, you just gotta go out here and put yourself on the limb. Sometimes this is a very vulnerable job. Yeah, especially with the internet and everything going on. People can find out everything they want about you at the drop of a dime. You know what I'm saying? You want to know who my wife is? You can find her. You know what I'm saying? You want to know what I kind of do in my in my life? You can find out. You know what I'm saying? You can find out you got a dead granny, and then you say something wrong on there, and they be like, yeah, fuck you and your dead granny. You know what I'm saying? All type of shit. Niggas can find out this shit on there. So you just have to, that's why I mean, like me and Jessica, you know, a lot of people like us. Some people don't. You know, whatever. It comes with being, it comes with the spotlight. Yeah. So then I also tell her, you know, like she can be very candid on the internet and stuff like that. And I just be like, she be like, I just wish that you would get to the point where you just really say how you really, really, really feel. And I'm like, baby, if I did that, nobody would like me. Let's talk about it. You know, if I told folks how I felt about all these other artists and the things other. Rocky wouldn't have. You want to go that far? Rocky wouldn't have any friends. You know what I'm saying? So So no. But like I said, I'm just indebted. The next thing is just trying to level up to the next thing. You know what I mean? And but whether that happens or not, man, I can say I'm truly happy with what I've done, because at one point, you know, like I said, I was about to quit music when I was doing it right before I didn't quit music, because I was like, oh, I'm cool. And then my producer, he got out of prison literally and was like, oh man, what's up, man, we working? And I'm like, man, I ain't buying no more beats and stuff like that, man. I'm like that. He's like, bro, you bought so many beats. He said, last time we talked, I was in jail. I told you I was going to give you. I was like, we're going to start working. And I'm like, whatever. And then next thing you know, he just started he started emailing me beats. And them motherfuckers was like sitting there. I'm like, let me see what it sound like. Yeah. And then next thing you know, them motherfuckers was hitting. I'm like,
you had a fucking test run.
Oh, nigga, I'm back. I'm back. And thank God he did. Because, you know, because I wouldn't have been.
Right. Okay.
See, I always say to myself, like, if every day I do rap or, you know, whatever, give me something, video games or cartooning. Give me that, because I actually had a whole album planned out. If I did, it was called Enter the Player. And if I had a second, if I had a second one, P2 coming or whatever. So like I said, just give me some video game music. That's how I go off on it.
Oh,
that's just me.
Yeah. Okay.
What was you finna say, TT?
I was just about to kind of wrap this up.
Oh, we wrapping up? We had so much fun.
So I just want the last question, and then I want you to let us know what you got coming up. What inspires Rocky? What inspires Rocky to keep going?
Man, wow. I guess the fact that I just gotta wake up and I gotta do it. You can't. We gotta live. You can't stop.
Yeah.
My wife, she inspires me. She's my biggest fan. You know, she always let me know it ain't nothing that you can't do. You know what I'm saying? Even when I'm in my times of doubt, you know, things of that. She's very inspiring. But just life, I have a sense of wanting more, wanting everything, you know. So getting up and getting to it is the only way that you get it, you know. So it's nothing you need to be inspired. If you stop moving, you die. So I like that. Keep going. Keenan. Live. Yeah.
What inspires you?
Damn, I want to say the childhood that I had. I mean, it was some good stuff, and I think out of all the games I played, the cartoons I used to watch, I think that youth was always there, and I never you never want to let go of that youth. You want to have fun with yourself and everything else, right?
I get it now. Now I see it. You are a big kid trapped in a grown man's body.
How you fucking doing?
No, you are. Now that you said, now I get it. I always used to try to get it. I'm like, this guy seems so like
sporadic.
And I used to wonder, and I'm just giving my. And I was like, I wonder is this really him, or is he when he comes out is he just like, okay, boom, he turn it on, he's just like, you know, I'm just being real like that. Nah, he big ass kid in real life. You love to have fun, and you don't want nothing fucking your fun up.
Have you not seen my room? No. Have you not seen my Power Ranger fucking bed sheets? Damn it!
I think I really knew it when he came. The first thing you said when you saw me, he has this hat. And he's like, Rocky. He was like, here. And he just put the hat.
It'll get on you though.
And I was like, what the fuck should I do with this?
Right.
He's like, put it on.
And he wanted hat.
I put it on the wrong way. He's like, no. He turns it around for me. I'm like, he's like, there you go, you can have it. I'm like, this guy really thinks I'm going to walk around.
I didn't care. I didn't care if it makes I had another one.
But I just thought that shit was hella cool. It was just so random and cool. I was like, this nigga thought I had for me to want. If I was drunk enough, I probably was like, you know what I'm saying? But I was so caught up in the night and doing the business part. You know what I'm saying? So I was just like, yeah, I'll catch you later, buddy. Like, but that shit was hilarious.
But you know, like I said, it's the youth of me is kind of like what keeps me going. And to be real with people, there's a lot of shit going on in the fucking world. Not even just St. Louis.
Yes.
And I would say, you know, hopefully time will heal and change. But like, don't really put that as my focus level. No, I focus more on just, hey, a podcast, hey, a film, hey, my videos. Like, that's my whole thing. And I think it's the confidence I had since I started joining, and I can just kind of be myself wherever I go, whether it be a concert, whether it be dinner, or whatever the case is. And for a lot of people, you know, you let a lot of things in life kind of be your anchor. You're letting that sit, you kind of just sitting there waiting for something to happen. No, like, you gotta get out there, you gotta keep selling. You know, listen, you can rob a bank, but you better have a motive while you're doing it, right? Don't just rob it because you think it's gonna get you somewhere. You better have a motive. Exactly. Or if you're gonna like snatch somebody, you gotta have motive for everything. My whole thing is, one, don't rob a bank, but
don't split it with me. I'm just saying.
Yeah, here's a quarter. That's all I get. But no, like, the whole thing is, you know, you're young. You know, you're young. You know, if you're old, you know, you got ambition, you got motive. Use it the right way, and then don't just try to sit there and try to just wait for it to happen. Like, no, you got to go out there to get it. You know, the same way people get jobs, same way people, like kids, sell lemonade cookies. The same way mothers get birth. Yeah. That's your job now. You're a mom. You're the daddy. Hopefully he's there. So the whole moral, let life give you what you want when you work for it, and then sooner or later a blessing will come your way. Boom.
There you go.
That's my motive.
And what I get from how you said it too, because you was like, it's a lot of crazy things going on in the world and stuff like that. Remember, as a kid, if your parents were doing a good enough job, you never really tripped off any of the bad shit. You could be dead broke, and they would make means for you to have things. I'm pretty sure. I'm not pretty sure. My family was broke, but I never felt like I was broke. I went to private school. I had a lot of opportunities, you know what I'm saying, to do stuff. Like, we had a little money, you know what I'm saying, you could work with it, you know what I'm saying. So what I would say is, like, what you felt good is you've been able to create your own world and stay in it. Yeah. So when people be like, I'm in my own world, I never take it as a bad thing. It's like, oh, he just not gonna let the outside world fuck his shit up.
I can't. Exactly. I really can't, man. Even people. And another thing, I'll even say this, and I may sound like a dick, but I just want to be clear on it. I really focus high when it comes to even joining the network. I really focus when people say, hey, I need you for a podcast, I need you for film. I focus that so much, I would do that more than anything else. Now, if it's a family thing, okay, I'll say I can time that. But like with friends or, you know, girlfriends or whatever,
your friends kind of become your new family. It kind of, I get you.
It does. Now, I will make time if I can, but like, I still think of what's more important to me.
There you go.
And if you respect me on it, and I respect you.
that.
You know, that's how you gotta play it. You know, if you got your life situation, you got yours, I got mine. Okay, can we be there for one another? Possibly, but I know where to me, I gotta do what I gotta do as well.
Yeah.
I can focus on my friends. I can love all my friends, even contact them if I had to. But I know I really can't because I can be there for them too. But I gotta be there for me. You gotta be there for you. You gotta be there for you. You gotta be there for you. He gotta be there for him. That's just how it goes. Yeah. I mean, don't be selfish and like really think about yourself. Like, oh, this is my no, but just keep yourself going and then
I kind of agree. No. Just be totally selfish. Don't be too selfish. No. I know what I'm saying. You can never be too selfish to yourself. That's the point you just made. I don't think you can never be. But so we only got fucking 3 minutes left, so we can't even do this. But yeah.
Exactly.
So there you go, TT.
Okay, well,
let's go to the fullest. There you go.
Yeah. So what Rocky you got coming up next? Let us know.
So the next thing will be my annual Halloween show.
Yay.
Okay.
So this
we
is
outside.
You know
it.
This will be our 3rd year. So I'm excited. We already kind of thinking about the artists that we want to get on there and stuff like that. So that, of course, my guy Hazy, he's got something the first weekend of September. He's gonna be doing something at Warehouse West. We kind of still putting it together, so I know that's gonna be something we're doing too. So that's before Halloween, and you know, this probably be the first year where I don't actually release any new music. I'm beta testing my single, Call Me David Ruffin.
Hey, when I heard that last night, I was just like,
so look,
I need that in my life. I need that song in my life.
So look, I just got a text from a person that says, "Hey, bro, can you please send me that song that says ain't nobody come to see you, Otis? They come to see me."
Right, I need that song. Like,
and then my cousin, he asked for it, and literally as I just said that, he texted me and said, "I got it." So,
Bingo!
So I think so I think it's working. You know, people like it. I got so much music. I don't have one song that clearly like represents me. So you know how like Rucker Puff, he got like turkey ham. He got I done fell in love with the street. Like, you know, like when you hear, you know that song, like that's his song. He got it. That kind of, so that's what I'm trying to find, that record that's going to represent me and that I can push for, you know, a year and a half and take myself to the next level. So yeah, man. So I'm glad y'all like David Ruffin. Cool. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Original as fuck.
Keenan, what you got coming up?
Nothing too big. You know, I'm still doing my YouTube. Y'all can find me there. Dude Level 92. I do all the nostalgia reviews from games, movies, toys, and also I have my other podcast, Kicking It with Keenan. I did 2 shows, or two podcasts in 1 week a few weeks ago. So y'all can find me there. Also YouTube on that. Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, TikTok, Dude Level 92 everywhere. Like I said, nothing too big yet, but just follow me everywhere you can.
Yes, sir. I already
do. Okay.
Oh, also, I do want to shout out to my group real quick. We just did a Retro Cup challenge for 3 weeks. We started early in June. Started early this month, and I won the Retro Cup. Won 5 games out of 10.
Congratulations!
Basically was in the lead, and of course thanks to Claytron and to Jim, Matt, or Dustin Diggs, Jermaine, and all the other players that played. It was definitely fun. So I think we're gonna be doing another one later. But I'll give you more details when we kind of get all figured out. But yeah, so follow your boy.
Hey. Oh, yeah. Raz, you still with us?
Yeah, damn it.
No.
Don't leave a nigga out.
He's the best listener in the world. He should be a therapist.
Damn.
I'm sorry.
Rocky.
What's up, man?
Man, every time I haven't been to none of them, like, personally, you know what I'm saying, in person, but every time I see your performance, you ain't lying. You get something different. Dog, you got that energy. Dog, you the man.
Thank you. Thank you.
You need some of that new shit, so you need to send me and TT that song y'all was talking about, because I didn't get to hear it yet, and everybody excited about it.
Yeah, like I'm gonna give y'all. So if I give it to y'all be the first radio station to have it. So y'all got an exclusive. I'll make sure she get it. I got you. Matter of fact, I'll get your email before I leave and I send it.
Rocky City,
It's
Rocky.
gonna be double played. It's gonna be on Louis Wood and the Underground Show.
All day.
Oh yeah, I like that.
When she was gonna ask what I got going on, I got going on the Underground Show. Open, well not open mic, but check the mic. It's going on at DuPoint. And Saturday, once every Saturday, I have more flyers up and everything. So now I'll be hosting that show. You know, I got the Underground Show. Mr. Keenan.
Yes, sir.
I'm a big ass kid too, man.
Hey, love, man.
All Funko Pops, man. I need to see some pictures of my toys, man. I got so many motherfucking toys. Walking Dead dog. I'm like you.
Like I said, walking dog. Listen. If MTV Cribs came back and they say, "Kid, we need to check out your house," I'm like, "Shit, come on in. Let me try this shit."
You hear me? Hey, for real, I'm a big kid like you. But man, y'all keep doing y'all thing. I love your shit, Rocky, man.
Thank you, brother. Love you too, man.
I actually first found out about you on GA Barnes track. And I've
Hey.
been out there ever since then, man. You keep doing your thing. Y'all
Shout out
already
to
know I'm
GA.
coming.
Shout out to GA.
Hey.
Haven't seen sis in a minute, man.
Same.
Love you,
I
sis,
know
wherever you at.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I've been telling him I need my
I
shirt.
like that shit.
I need my shirt.
Okay, we gonna get this together.
Yeah.
I gotta get some oh yeah shirts made.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Man, I want to thank y'all for coming out to Louis Wood Radio.
Yes.
I'm sorry for the technical difficulties. Next
No.
time, you know.
I think I think the music not being it kind of just made us really just focus in the conversation more. It made a dope conversation. So hey, we just
Straightforward.
we improvised and we made that shit work.
So definitely fun. Thank you.
What's better with the talking though? We ain't need no music. We just,
I know, right? We just told this. We have a conversation with our family. We
There you go.
we good.
Exactly. Entertainment.
Man, so shout out to y'all for coming by. Y'all already know these chairs are always open. You
Yes.
have anything you want to promote, come by, do anything. My chair's always open. We finna go ahead and get up out of here. We gotta take our pictures. And y'all already know. Next show, I'm going. Rocky gotta give me my ticket.
Boy, look at
I'm
that.
going to that show.
Thank you, TT.
All right.
All right.
Follows.
Hey, I'll see you later, Raz. You have a good one, brother.
You take care of him, man.
He must